We are determined to get some work done. So we have our lights set out here, and we're working by these lights. This is what is called caliche. Google describes it as a natural hardened cement. Doesn't it look big in here now? Hello friends, and welcome back to Safe at Homestead, or welcome if you are new here. As you saw from the snippets, I am going to be sharing with you the completion of our chicken run, or the 98% completion of our chicken run. We still have a little bit to do, but it is minimal. It is good enough at this point to move the chickens over, and well, at least we think it is. There's just a few things we need to do after the coop is in place. So we're gonna stop where we are and focus on getting all the things ready for the move. 3 days away. We are 3 days away from the move, and I am excited, but there is also some tension and stress, mainly because of the chickens, because when we move the coop in, there's still some construction type things that need to happen to secure them. But I am pretty confident that it will work out. So let's get to watching this, and you guys can see the last few things that we did for completing this run. So we are out here working on the chicken run, and this morning so far what I've done is stain these boards. These are pallet boards, and we are using them to as support and stabilizers, and they're also helping to hold the hardware cloth in place. So I've stained that. This stain is not exactly what I wanted. This is what I bought. It's called Natural Cedar. It's a little too orange for me, but yeah, kind of salmon-y colored, but it's okay. I think it'll look alright with the dark color paint. And this is the door. I went ahead and stained that. And I sprayed these washers. We saw black washers online at Lowe's. Black washers the size that we needed, but once we got to Lowe's, we couldn't find them. So they didn't have them actually, so we just bought these and spray painted them black. Reason being because the hardware cloth is black, and these are going to hold the hardware cloth in a couple of places. I just wanted them to be black too, so they wouldn't stand out so much with the stainless steel color. Everything in here has to be stained. These are some 2x3s, mostly 2x3s, a couple of 2x6s, and these are 2x4s. They're mostly done. I just need to, I'm only staining 3 sides, so I need to do this part right there, and I'll be done with the 2x4s. Last chicken run we used welded wire fencing, and it was 2 by 4 inches, the spaces. It let birds in, and I didn't like that, so this time around we're using hardware cloth, and it's 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch. This is a 19 gauge, and we chose black because at first I thought I would spray paint the wire, and then I thought, why not get black? Or maybe the mister thought about it. I don't know which one of us. But this is yeah, so this is a 19 gauge hardware cloth, and this is what we are going to try this time around. So we are getting ready to attach these 2x4s. They're going to go all the way along the length crosswise, and they are bracing for, well, bracing for the whole thing, but specifically for these 2x3s that are going up and down. You'll get the picture here in a second. We started putting the hardware cloth on first, as you can see. Can you see? And then the mister decided it was best to do the 2x4 stabilizers first. But now we're done, and hopefully we can finish the hardware cloth before sunset. Before we continue, I just want to talk a little bit about why we painted. We painted the run this time around because it will help the pallets to last longer. Our other run is 2 years old and it seems to be doing okay. Maybe a little decay on the bottom, but it's doing pretty good. We wanted this one to last as long as possible, so we painted it. And then as far as these, the reason we're staining the 2x3s, and the reason we stained the 2x4s is because we could not get treated wood. We could get treated wood, but it was a lot more expensive. And this time around, our budget just didn't allow it. So since we had to stain those, I decided to might as well stain these. These are the this is the pallet wood that's going to go across here, like so. Okay, it'll make sense when you guys see it. But yeah, that is why we are staining. This is not treated wood. So we're stopping for the day. I am not feeling well. The mister was excited about getting these boards up just to see how it would look and to have an idea of what we would have to do exactly. And he also used the washers. This is how we use the washers. It gives a lot more strength to the hardware cloth, or if you're using welded wire fencing, which is what we used last time. If an animal is trying to pull on this, it's harder to get a screw with a washer out than it is to get a staple. Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday and we are back here at the new place, continuing our work on the run. Today our plans are to complete the hardware cloth all around, and then add some caps to the run. Let me show you what I mean. So I grabbed a piece of pallet wood just to give you an idea. So right here you'll see this is a pallet, right? And a pallet on its side, so this hole is visible. We're going to put some pallet wood on top, just to give you a general idea, to cover most of the hole. That's what we're calling a cap. So hopefully we'll get to that today. Complete this. And by complete, this is what I mean. We are going to be stretching the hardware cloth, securing it with washers and screws, and putting these boards that will serve as its support, its stabilizing, its all the things for the coop itself or the run itself, but also for the hardware cloth. And then all along we will put this cap. So that's what we hope to accomplish today. But before we can add those new caps, of course, I have to stain them. So that's what I'm doing now. We've gotten most of them sanded and stained, except for 3 or 4 more pieces. Then we can begin working. Hello everyone, it is Sunday and we are back here working on this chicken run. We ended right about here on the other side yesterday, but today we completed it. And the next thing we're working on right now is putting some support all the way across the length of the run. So the way we are going to put those supports is run one here and one there on either side of this, and we're going to do that all along the top. We're just going to run a 2x3 and a 2x3. Another day comes to an end, and we're pretty excited about what we've done so far. As usual, we didn't get as much done as we wanted to, and that is because we had some issues with leveling the structure, but we got that done. And so today what we did was we got these 4 boards in from the outside, and these are the boards that are holding, it's part of holding the hardware cloth in place. And then we worked on our inside supports, our cross supports, which are 2x3s all the way down. So we accomplished that. It doesn't seem like much, but oof, it was a bit of a challenge. We had to measure at each step because the spaces aren't necessarily the same measurement. And we also had to level the structure on the ground, but we also had to level it as far as when we did our diagonal measurements, we were 1/2 inch off, and we wanted to fix that, so that took a little bit of time to figure out. But this is what we have so far. I think our next step, I'm not 100% sure, but I think our next step is putting the framing for the door and putting the door in. I think we have to put the door in before we can put the netting on top, I think. Okay, well, I will see you guys next time, which is tomorrow. We've been here every day for, I don't know, probably all of October. Yeah, definitely all of October. And we will definitely be here every day until we move in, which will hopefully be this coming weekend. The, what is that? 10th, 11th, and 12th. Okay, you guys, we'll see you tomorrow. So we had a couple of hours today. I ran to the hardware store to get some hinges and some more washers. We're using the washers for putting on the chicken wire down here, the chicken wire that's going to be buried to hopefully make this predator proof. We worked a little bit on the door frame and the door, and we're having trouble with that. We need to remove one of these small slivers and lower this top board because I think I want it to be the same height as here. Plus there's another problem. Let me see if you guys can see it. I don't know if you can see it, but the door is not level. It's higher on this side. So we have to work with that tomorrow, try to get that level, and hopefully we will get the door in. Besides that, I've been putting some of the caps on as the mister has been working on other things, and that's it. We haven't done much. We haven't had much time. We are determined to get some work done. So we have our lights set out here, and we're working by these lights. Just jumping in for a quick second. I haven't been sharing for a bit. I just wanted to show you guys that the door is up. That's pretty exciting. And right now we are making sort of a trench, and this is to lay this chicken wire. So that's what we're doing right now. Can you see the chicken wire? I don't know. There, chicken wire. And that's what I'm doing right here. Stapling it in, burying it in the trench, and then putting all this dirt back on top. And you probably know, but the purpose is so that any animal that wants to dig under will find this as an obstacle. It is Sunday and we just wrapped up putting the trim on the top of the run, and Mr. got a notification that our shade cloth for the top of the run was just delivered. We decided he found shade cloth that is just about the exact size of the run, so we decided to do that instead of netting. And I think that's going to be an easier project to put on, and it's going to be better for the chickens. So I'm heading back to the RV to pick that up. It is a 60 to 70% blockage shade cloth, heavy duty mesh tarp. Let's see what it looks like. This is what is called caliche. Google describes it as a natural hardened cement. The mister is not having fun digging this out so that I can put the chicken wire down. I wonder if coyotes can dig through that, but I'm not taking any chances. Alright, so here it is, our 98% finished chicken run. I thought I would show it to you now, even though there are a few details that we have to complete yet. For example, we need to put a latch on the door, and this cap here that we're putting on the pallets. These are full pallet wood pieces here. Because of this corner, etc., the mister has to cut specific sizes. Here's the back view from the back. So yesterday and today what we did was work on the barrier, the chicken wire, to keep predators from getting in. It was hard because this soil here, we found out, has a lot of what we call, or what is called, caliche. And yeah, let me show you what it looks like when we dug it up. So far we've done this side and the front. We still have to do the back. We're thinking we won't go as deep because just from research and videos that we've seen and people using jackhammers to break this up, I don't think that coyotes are going to easily get in there. I am still going to put a barrier, but we won't go as deep as we have been. So on this end, you can see there's, the reason this chicken wire is here is because we have to go 4 more feet after the chicken coop is here. The other thing we spent yesterday doing was putting on this shade cloth. Instead of putting netting like we did in the past, the mister found this shade cloth that was just about the size of the run. So we decided to buy it. We struggle with trying to provide shade for the chickens in the summer. This year was brutal. Doesn't it look big in here now? I kept thinking it wasn't that much bigger than the old run, but my husband kept saying, "Hun, it is way bigger. It is way bigger." He's right. I think we had 130 square feet in the other run, and this one is 280, I believe. So this is what it looks like in here. And the shade cloth here, this excess, we're going to attach it somehow to the coop when the coop gets put in here. So there you have it. So the mister found this old boot as he was clearing an area for our other shed, and I'm intrigued by it. It has a zipper, but it has these eyelets, so it looks like it was laced up, and the sole is not a very thick sole. I'm intrigued by this. What do you guys think about this? Alright, so I hope that you guys enjoyed seeing the process of putting this chicken run together. If you missed part 1, here I will include it here so you can go watch it, so you can see the entire process from beginning to end. This is by no means a tutorial. We are not expert carpenters, but at least you can see the process that we went through, and you can even try to copy the way we did it with pallets. You gotta love pallets. All right, you guys, so the next time you see this run, hopefully the chickens will be well settled into it. For the rest of the week, in addition to just packing up and moving, I am going to be doing some meal prepping. I have some easy meals in mind that I want to just prep and put in the fridge and the freezer, because I know that for the next week or so I am going to be busy at the house, just kind of getting it ready, and at the end of the day cooking is not something that I'm going to want to do. So I'm going to put some meals together, and maybe I can show you guys a few of those as well. I really appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to be with me. Thank you so much. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.